Hello everyone. Today we're gonna dive into the weird and wonderful world of the European Union. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. The EU is boring and complicated. But trust me, it's actually a wild ride of political shenanigans, democracy, and a whole lot of acronyms. So buckle up. First up, we've got the European Parliament, or EP for short. Think of it as the ultimate debate club for European politics. Every 5 years, Europeans vote for over 700 members of the European Parliament, or MEPs. That's right, 700 people arguing over laws and budgets. It sounds like Christmas dinner with the family. The EP shares power with the Council of the European Union, which we'll get to in a minute, to make laws and decide on the EU budget. They also keep an eye on the European Commission to make sure they're playing nice. The bigness of the EP is the president, who gets a renewable 2.5 year term. Then we have the MEPs, all 720 of them, elected by proportional representation, meaning if a party gets a lot of voters, they get a lot of seats. It's simple math. MEPs don't sit by country, they sit by political group. So you've got your lefties, your righties, your greenies, and everyone in between. They work on laws, check on EU's work, decide on the budget, and even kick out the European Commission if they're not doing their job. Next, we have the Council of the European Union, also known as the Council of Ministers. This is where national governments have their say. Ministers from each country show up depending on the topic. The Council adopts laws, coordinates policies, handles foreign affairs, and shares budget duties with the EP. Then there's the European Commission, the EU's executive arm. They're the only ones who can propose new laws. Imagine them as the chefs in the EU kitchen, cooking up policies while everyone else gets to taste and critique. The Commission is led by the President and has 27 commissioners, one from each EU country. They handle everything from trade to the environment. Basically, they keep the EU running smoothly, or at least they try to. Finally, there's the European Council, which is not the same as the Council of the European Union. This is where the big wigheads of state or government come together. They set the EU's overall direction and handle major crises. It's like the board of directors for the EU, but with far more drama. They define political directions, make major decisions, and manage crises that can't be solved at lower levels. So, there you have it, the main players of the EU. The European Parliament, the voice of the people, the Council of the European Union, the voice of the member states' government, the European Commission, the executive branch proposing and enforcing laws, and the European Council, the strategic body setting the EU's overall direction. Together, they create a complex but fascinating system where debate and cooperation, or sometimes complete chaos, shape the future of the European Union. Now, you can impress or confuse your friends at your next social gathering.